Throughout the annals of history, warfare has been a recurring thread intricately woven into the fabric of civilization. The ancient Greeks, often revered for their contributions to philosophy, art, and governance, also leave a significant legacy in the realm of military exploits. Among their well-documented might on the battlefield, a critical, often overlooked element stands out: the economic impact of their war tactics, particularly plundering and pillaging. The tradition of plundering, systematically seizing goods and wealth, was widely practiced and institutionalized in Greek warfare. As Greek city-states vied for dominance, capturing resources through warfare became an integral part of their strategy. The practice of pillaging served two critical purposes: bolstering the invading forces' coffers and debilitating the enemy's economy. Cities were ransacked, their stores of food, precious metals, and valuable artifacts commandeered. Such acts were not acts of mere opportunism, but deliberate strategies to sustain campaigns and reward soldiers. Imagine, if you will, the vivid scene of victorious hoplites marching through conquered cities. Their spoils were not confined to tangible riches. They also included human capital. Captives often became slaves, a grim boon that further altered economic landscapes. The conquered populations, stripped of freedom, were thrust into labor, contributing to the victor's economy while permanently weakening their own city's workforce. Beyond immediate wealth acquisition and labor, plundering had cascading repercussions on trade routes and economic stability. War-induced disruptions meant cities, once thriving hubs, could falter. Marketplaces saw dwindling trade, and vital goods once abundant became scarce commodities. The economic lifeblood, characterized by trade of olive oil, wine, pottery, and other goods, trickled away as war's ravages took their toll. As a consequence, neighboring territories often experienced economic shockwaves, leading to wider regional instability. Nevertheless, in the weave of Greek society, these economic impacts had broader implications. The collected spoils fortified not just military prowess, but also cultural supremacy. Revenues from pillaging funded monumental architecture, religious offerings, and civic projects, extending the victor's influence far beyond the battlefield. For instance, the prosperity of Athens in the classical age, its golden age, was in part financed by the wealth amassed from its military glory. However, as history unfolded, it became evident that the spoils of war were a double-edged sword. The very practices that enriched and empowered cities also sowed dissent and competition. Fragments of stability could spiral into chaos as alliances roiled and reformed, driven by the bitter seeds of envy and retaliation sown through economic disparity. In conclusion, the plundering and pillaging that marked Greek warfare were not mere byproducts of conflict, but catalysts that shaped the economic and political landscapes of the era. The pursuit of prosperity through conquest brought fleeting gains, but also laid ground for persistent instability. These economic dynamics remind us that the legacies of war extend far beyond the battlefield, rippling through time in ways both tangible and abstract, long after the clash of swords has ceased.